Hi there. I'm going to show you how to use the Blynk app with the esp32 board using the ESP's Wi-Fi capability. So just a brief on how this generally works is you'll have your typical C++ code using the Arduino IDE, but you'll just need to add the Blynk library. And all of this gets programmed onto your esp32 once you've uploaded it onto your board. After that, your board then gets connected to the internet because you give it all the Wi-Fi details and something called a token as well. Then using the app, so the main good thing about Blynk is the app itself lets you design UI where you can design a button or a cursor or graphs where you can see your data, or a knob where you can set the brightness of your LED, for an example. So it can be used for different things that you can do using the ESP board. And also it lets you connect to everything else using the Blynk server. So you connect to your board using the Blynk server as well. And what that means is you can remotely control your board using your phone. So the first thing you're going to want to do is on your Arduino IDE, you need to make sure that you download the library for Blynk, so the Blynk library. So if you search up Blynk here and take a look, so it should be this one here. So this one's installed for me, but you'll definitely need to install this to be able to use Blynk's features and also add the library onto your whatever code you're writing up. Then afterwards, what you want to do is, if you have no experience in using Blynk at all, it's highly recommended that you go onto the examples.blynk website, take a look at a couple of examples of different things that you can do using the ESP board specifically. So it's not just used for the ESP board, you could use it for other boards, including a bunch of Arduino boards as well. But in this situation, we're using it for the ESP board, and we're doing the typical Blynk program where all it's going to do is just turn on and off the LED using your phone. So you press on the button on your phone to turn it on, it stays on. If you press again, it turns it off. So what you'll need to do is, if you copy a template from there, you'll find that there's always these three things here, which I'll show you on the Arduino IDE itself. So these three here, which are really important. So this is for your internet, getting your board connected to the internet. So you'll need to enter your Wi-Fi name, your password for your Wi-Fi, and also your authentication token. So your authentication token is linked to your app where you've created the project on your app. On the app, you're essentially just doing the UI design where you add a button, and for that project, it'll have a specific authentication token that you'll need to copy and paste in here. And you can do this by emailing it to yourself and copying and pasting it onto here as well. And of course, because we're using the Wi-Fi in the board, we also have to use the Wi-Fi libraries as well. The other thing that you'll need to do is, after you've edited these three there, you'll just make sure to verify the code just to make sure it's working. Then you'll need to do some work on the app, which I'll show you. But let's just say you've done all the you've done all the UI layout for the app. What you'll need to do is click on the upload. And once you've it may take about a minute. Once you've uploaded, it'll just give you what you see here. And to make sure that it's connected to the correct server, to make sure that your ESP32 is connected to the internet and it's connected to the Blynk server, you'll need to go onto your serial monitor. Now here it's blank, but if it's blank for you, that means it hasn't connected, because usually it should show a Blynk icon here, a really big Blynk graphic, and that just means it's connected to the server. And from there, what you can do is you can go onto your phone and press on the button. For example, in my case, it's going to be an on and off button to switch on and off the LED. So we'll go onto the app now, and I'll show you how to just drag and drop that button, link it to a specific pin on the board, and then click play. And after you've done that, then you actually need to come back here and upload the code properly and get your authentication token. So here's the Blynk app, and so I'm gonna just show you how exactly we created that little button here, which is to switch on and off my esp32. So just keep in mind it's saying it's offline because I haven't connected it at the moment, but at the end I'll show the proper demo of it working side by side with the board. So in the first screen you'll see it's just going to tell you that you need to sign in and create your first project. So this project's called testing, and it doesn't have any shared access, but you can share this with other people in your group if you're working on a project. But in this case, it's only me, and you get to pick what board you want. So in this case, I'm using the esp32, and I'm connecting it to the app using Wi-Fi. And this is the authentication token that I was talking about before. I personally emailed it to myself because all I will need to do is just go into my email, copy and paste this into the auth array that's on the code, on the given code from the Blynk website. And from there you get to connect your board to this specific project, assuming of course the board was able to connect to Wi-Fi. In terms of putting the button, all you need to do is if you just click anywhere on the screen, in this case, so this button here is actually a styled button, so I'll click on styled button. There we go, and we'll put it here. Now when I click on it, I'll need to give the button a name, so I'll just call it test 2, and the pin that it corresponds to. So in my case, my actual button was pin 2, and originally it's on a low level, so the pin's at low, so the light's off, and if I press it, the light will turn on. If I press it again, it will go to low again, so meaning the light's off. Other than that, you can do other things like change the color of the button, change the look of the app, and so on and so forth. But in this case, I don't really need this at all, so I'm going to actually delete that. And that's it with the app. So you'll just see a quick demo at the end of it all working together.